Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a man wanted in connection with a Perry County murder is still on the run. And the man charged after the remains of a missing Richmond woman were found is due in court after pleading not guilty to all charges last week. Plus, a new study from the University of Kentucky shows where you live may impact your mental well-being and why people in rural areas often see negative effects.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning and happy Monday. Today is July 15th. The time is just about 5 o'clock. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon, good morning to you.
Good morning, my friend. And things kind of like we left them last week. We're going to continue to see those scattered chances for rain, some fog this morning. It'll be a little bit cooler, more clouds and sun today. Let's take a look, see what's going on in the visibility right now here at 5 o'clock. And you can see some spots down into the Cumberland Valley, Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee. Pretty dense fog, so be careful out there this morning as you travel. A few clouds drifting through the overnight hours. It's going to ebb and flow again today as we see chances for some sunshine mixing in with that clouds, but I think the clouds will dominate most of the forecast today. Close to 70 for temperatures, a couple of spots there in the 60s, including Wise, Jonesville, Harlan, Moorhead, and Ashland, along with Logan. So your iced coffee forecast for the morning, look for, again, it's Monday again, so we'll go down to large for the iced coffee. As we head out the door, you'll see temperatures climb quickly, but not as hot as it has been. It'll feel like it, though, especially if we see more sunshine. We could reach the upper 80s in some areas. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in a few minutes. Connor?
All right, thank you, Brandon. A man wanted in connection with the Perry County murder Sunday morning is on the run. Police are looking for this man, Anthony Lewis. There is a warrant out for his arrest. 37-year-old Marlena Holland was found dead in the Bobby Davis Park yesterday morning, and Lewis is the main suspect.
The call came in around 6 Sunday morning.
They was concerned that the female had been killed or was hurt seriously or something, and they give us this general area of where to look.
That area being the Bobby Davis Park. 37-year-old Marlena Holland had not come back to a homeless shelter in Hazard after being out with this man, Anthony Lewis.
Was able to locate the victim, a 37-year-old female who had apparently been beaten to death.
Lewis left that shelter, the Hope House in Hazard, early in the morning, and he's on the run. He has a previous criminal history, including being involved in the killing of a Perry County man back in 1992.
Well, basically, we have two crime scenes this morning. We have the park itself, where the body is located, and then we have the Hope House, where there's some evidence in that area as well.
That evidence being Lewis's clothing. Police say he was covered in blood.
He is considered to be dangerous.
Police do not know where Lewis is. We do know he is originally from Leslie County.
And we've notified Kentucky State Police and surrounding counties in southeast Kentucky to be on the lookout for this individual.
Authorities from multiple agencies are searching in and out of the county.
If you have any information on where Lewis might be, you're asked to call the Hazard Police Department at 606-436-2222. And we learned yesterday that Lewis has a long criminal history. He was previously convicted in a kidnapping and victim death in 1995. The crime happened in December of 1992. He and another man, James Smith, who you see in this video, were accused of robbing, kidnapping, and killing Randall Bentley. During the trial, Lewis was already serving time in a Eddyville prison. Records show he faced multiple robbery offenses. And meanwhile, some people are collecting donations for the victim's family. If you would like to donate to Marlena Holland's funeral, you can stop by Hazard City Hall and go to the front desk during normal business hours. Well, the man charged after the remains of a missing Richmond woman were found is due in court today. David Sparks is charged with the abuse of a corpse and tampering with physical evidence. He pled not guilty during an arraignment on Thursday. Investigators say Savannah Spurlock's body was found at a Garrard County home owned by Sparks' family. Police say they were called there Wednesday night after the owner discovered a foul smell. Spurlock's remains were dug up later that night. Despite an arrest, Spurlock's family says they're still collecting tips. Tip boxes put up last month in Garrard County will still be in place for anyone to drop off more information. And Louisville Metro Police arrested a woman after they say she tried to kill a puppy. Police say Tanisha Pearson beat a puppy that did not belong to her. Several witnesses said they saw Pearson pick up a small dog and strike it with a closed fist before picking it up by the throat and slamming it onto the concrete. She allegedly also threatened to kill the owners of the dog while officers were on the scene. Pearson is charged with torturing a dog. And the Commonwealth of Virginia will receive part of a more than $1 billion opioid settlement following an investigation into the marketing of an anti-addiction drug. The U.S. Department of Justice says the company Indivior tried to increase Suboxone film prescriptions by deceiving healthcare providers into believing the drug was safer than other opioid addiction treatments. A federal grand jury in Abington, Virginia, indicted the company in April of 2019. And researchers at the University of Kentucky say in a new study, where you live could affect your mental health. Researchers say factors like unemployment and access to health care are reasons why rural areas see a higher risk of suicide. The researchers at UK worked with data from the National Survey on Drug Use and Health to look at trends in suicide, ideation, planning, and attempts. The mental health care needs to change the lowers the number.
There are fewer mental health care providers, such as psychiatrists, social workers, psychologists.
Although the national study focused on suicide, it points to another problem, Kentucky's opioid epidemic. Researchers saying addiction is part of mental health. Suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the state of Kentucky. In Bell County, deputies say 2 people were taken to the hospital after a single vehicle crash on US 25 Sunday afternoon. The crash closed the southbound lane for more than an hour. Several departments worked to clear the roadway. Now, we do not know the extent of the injuries or the names involved. Now, thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, nearly 1 million Facebook users say they're going to raid Area 51 in Nevada later this year. We'll have the details on this bizarre request.
I don't know if that's a smart idea. Our routine of hot conditions and daily storm chances continues as we start the new week. We could see some remnants for what was once Hurricane Barry also at some point. I'll tell you about it in about 3 minutes.